As rattled locals and authorities pick up the pieces from the Las Vegas massacre, one question remains unanswered: why? Why would a successful businessman with no known political affiliation plan and execute the deadliest mass shooting in American history? Stephen Paddock had moved into a retirement community in the desert town of Mesquite, a short drive from Las Vegas, where he liked to bet big. He was irreligious and apolitical, according to friends, and family expressed surprise that he had accumulated a .42-gun arsenal. He owned a collection of properties across Texas, California and Nevada, and had a pilot's license and no criminal record. Something broke in his head is the only thing possible. Did he have a stroke? His brother Eric told CBS, "I'm hoping they cut open his brain and find something. There's a data point missing." Despite no real personal history of violence, his father was a notorious bank robber who appeared on the FBI's most wanted list and was deemed a psychopath. Retired FBI profiler Jim Clemente said his family history may have played a role in the massacre. The genetics load the gun, personality and psychology aim it, and experiences pull the trigger. Typically, he told AP. Clemente said there may have been some sort of major trigger in his life, a great loss, a breakup, or maybe he just found out he has a terminal disease. What authorities do know is how the lead-up to the shooting unfolded, and how Paddock was able to inflict so many casualties from his hotel room. September 22, 25. Stephen Paddock reportedly checks into the Odeon, a luxury apartment tower overlooking the Life is Beautiful festival, headlined by Lorde and Chance the Rapper. Police do not know whether he planned a massacre that weekend, and why he did not carry it out. Thursday, September 28. Paddock checks in at the Mandalay Bay Hotel. In multiple trips he moves 23 guns into his room. Each gun could be disassembled to fit into bags and go unnoticed by hotel staff. Sheriff Joseph Lombardo said more than 10 suitcases were carried into his room. It is not known if any hotel employees cleaned his room during that 3-day period, but no suspicious activity was reported. In the following days he set up 2 semi-automatic guns on tripods to point out the window. They were fitted with bump stocks which sped up their firing capacity, as well as muzzle fire suppressors to make it harder for authorities to spot the source of the gunshots. Before the shooting began he set up a camera to film himself carrying out the atrocity, and surveillance cameras in the outside hallway to see if police were approaching. The Mandalay Bay is the last luxury casino along the Strip, which includes the Bellagio, the Mirage and Caesars Palace further up Las Vegas Boulevard. Sunday, October 1, 9:40 p.m. Country music star Jason Aldean takes the stage at the Route 91 Harvest Festival. There are approximately 22,000 people in the crowd for his performance as one of the headliners. 10:08 p.m. The first rounds of gunfire can be heard during the performance in spite of the loud music. After the first few bursts, the music stops and the band rushes off the stage. A police officer reports shots fired from an automatic firearm. 10:12 p.m. Police report multiple GSW's gunshot wounds as they try and pinpoint the location of the shooter, either from the Mandalay or the Luxor, the iconic pyramid-shaped hotel beside it. 10:14 p.m. An officer on the 31st floor of the Mandalay identifies the gunshots as coming from the floor above him. Other reports identify the room by the activation of its smoke alarm. 10:24 p.m. Police gather at the stairwell outside Paddock's suite, but were told to wait for a SWAT team. Newsweek reports. 10:26 p.m. Officers find a hotel security guard shot in the hallway outside Paddock's room. 10:28 p.m. A call on the radio goes out for officers to lock their cars because concert-goers are breaking in and grabbing shotguns. 10:30 p.m. Trauma surgeons at the University Medical Center are called in. Over the next hour the hospital sets up 8 trauma operating rooms. Police receive multiple false reports of active shooters at other hotels on the Strip. 10:38 p.m. Police report that shooting from the hotel has stopped. 10:44 p.m. An officer on the ground calls for backup because panicked concert-goers are attempting to steal police cars parked near the festival venue. 10:55 p.m. A call goes out on the radio from a policeman declaring he had multiple rifles and plenty of officers, and was ready to enter the hotel room after locking down the hallway. He is told to wait for the SWAT unit. 11:21 p.m. A SWAT team uses an explosive to blast open Paddock's door. They enter the room to find Paddock dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Monday, October 2, 1:30 am. County Sheriff Joe Lombardo announces more than 20 people were killed in the shooting. 343 am. Paddock is identified as the gunman and girlfriend Mary Lou Danley is identified as a person of interest. 5 a.m. Police clear Danley of involvement after finding her in the Philippines. Throughout the early morning, right-wing trolls spin a conspiracy theory identifying a Nevada man named Gary Danley as the perpetrator. A thread from trolling site 4chan named Danley as the shooter becomes a top story on Google. The hoax gains traction on various blogs, including the Gateway Pundit, a conservative website given White House press credentials during the Trump administration. Las Vegas shooter reportedly a Democrat who liked Rachel Maddow. MoveOn.org and associated with anti-Trump army, the now-deleted post read. Tuesday, October 3, ISIS claim responsibility for the Las Vegas massacre. The allegation is met with heavy skepticism, with no evidence Paddock had converted to radical Islam. The death toll is revised up to 59, with 527 people injured. Copyright 9 Digital Pty Limited 2017.